screaming around the track at 110 miles an hour in a car barely bigger than a bathtub isn't the way most friends spend their vacations. But for racers Rod Davis and Alan Berry, it's the perfect getaway.
We take our little vacations and we go to the track and we all camp out, and it's just a wonderful breakaway.
But what happens at this vintage car race at Willow Springs Raceway changes them forever.
Well, it's your perfect day here in sunny Southern California.
We went on the pre-grid and lined up well enough to get a green flag, and off we went.
A camera mounted inside Alan's Mini Cooper is rolling as he tries to fight off Rod's charge for the lead.
I could see him in my mirror, and he was right on me as I was going in the corner. So I went into the turn full out.
But around that turn, Alan's little car runs straight into big trouble and sends his friend flying.
And I just clobbered Rod. My driver's side front of the car went right into him. It was just horrible. I mean, I had done this.
Friends Rod Davis and Alan Berry shared a passion for vintage racing and a love of old cars, especially their prized Mini Austin Coopers.
It was kind of like the David and Goliath thing. It was a little car that could keep ahead of cars that had way more power.
The two longtime buddies have been looking forward to their yearly trip to Willow Springs Raceway in California.
Well, a picture-perfect day here in sunny Southern California.
The weather was perfect, the car was performing perfectly, and everything was just dialed in.
But it's about to turn into a vacation Alan will spend the rest of his life trying desperately to forget.
I'll never forget that day. That'll always be with me.
Just minutes before the green flag drops, amateur videographer Jeff Garstecki asks Alan's permission to mount a camera inside his car.
And I said, I don't usually run a camera. If you want to, that's fine. Just don't bug me with it.
I just quickly snapped it in, and I was just hoping that the tape was at the start, and I pushed the record button, and off he went.
The Minis are up against faster open-wheel Formula V racers. But after 3 laps, Alan moves into 4th, with Rod right behind him.
I had my eye on Rod. I saw him coming.
Look closely. You can see Rod's black Mini in Alan's rearview mirror. But on the other side, you can see the red hood of a V car closing in fast.
I'm aware of Rod on my left, and I'm also aware of this V between Rod and I.
Alan's years of racing tell him it's just a matter of seconds before he becomes a sandwich.
Pretty soon, I just felt a nudge, and I said, uh-oh, this is not good.
And then, not good turns into very, very bad.
I was seeing his car in front of me go by me, and the car going over and over, hitting the ground, leaping up into the air, doors flying open. It just kept going and kept going.
He's clearly airborne, going end over end and just crushing every part of the vehicle that you can possibly crush.
Here's how it starts. As the cars enter turn 1, Alan's Mini is flanked by Rod and the Formula V car. When the V car goes in for the pass, the driver accidentally taps Alan's rear quarter panel, sending him off track. When Alan swerves back on track, he T-bones Rod's car, sending him barrel rolling 5.5 times before coming to a dead stop on his route.
All I could see was Alan's car basically pitched into the dirt, and Rod's Mini basically just a heap.
In a panic, Alan quickly unbuckles his safety harness and rushes to his friend's car. He's expecting the worst.
I knew he was a couple of years older than me. I was just hoping he'd be okay.
Thankfully, Alan's miracle wish comes true. Rod's alive and moving.
I think to myself, I said, "Self, it's time to get out." And I released my belts and a wiggle, and I rolled out on the ground.
Rod says the accident happened so fast, but seemed to last so long.
It was in such slow motion, I kept wondering, is this ever going to end? How many more times am I going to go over?
Thanks to his safety equipment, Rod walks away with just a few minor scratches, which can't be said for his Mini.
It didn't take a genius to see what had happened to the car. I mean, it was pretty well a write-off.
Rod and Alan are still hitting the tracks, but now they're looking out for each other to make sure they both cross the finish line on all four wheels.
Rod was lucky to walk away unharmed. The incident was so severe and could have been so much more serious.
I'm almost 71 years old, and at this point, I consider myself lucky every damn morning.